Welcome back. I have a question for men and women. What is up with all of the pretty women being single? The most gorgeous women, like stunning, body proper, face card on, but they're single. I really get so confused when I see a beautiful woman with a nice body, with a nice face, and she's by herself.
This is one of the things that we talk about all the time. Why men don't take y'all seriously. You all aren't responsible with money anymore. Y'all are not good stewards of what the hell you have. So how are you supposed to be a steward of what I got? And you can't take care of it.
Oh, y'all, I literally have no gas. It's none. Unfortunately, I have to get the 93 one, which is the most expensive one. Okay. It's at $10. We need to stop it because it's going to take all my money. So we stopped it right at $15. Let me show y'all my car. My car. She's so pretty.
The first thing that I hear, from this woman is how irresponsible she is. Like, wait till you see, she driving a Benz, right? She driving a pink Benz. Ain't got enough money to put gas in her car. Let me tell you something. You can't afford to put gas in a Benz, then you can't afford a Benz.
When I pulled up, I literally had no gas, y'all. It's only by God's grace that I even made it. We just paid rent. Rent was due yesterday. I just got my hair done, so I literally only have like $30 in my bank account, and I don't want to spend it all because after this, I want to go out to eat and get some hookah.
There's certain language I don't use. There's certain clothing that I don't put on.
Right.
Even when I'm single. But what women want to believe is the single them is different than the married them.
Hell no.
All of a sudden, they're going to become modest and they're going to speak a different way and do a different.
When did that leave? Common sense has left the building.
Swear to God, a man with a Porsche asked me on a date and I said no because I was like, there's no way you're not gay. Like, you're gay, for sure.
Time for Flash Roundtable, and joining us today is relationship and trauma expert Dr. Janie Lacey. Today's topic, should women pay to meet single men? Take a look at this response.
So apparently this weekend there was this event called Women Love Beards. Essentially what it is, and I will read you the description from the organizers. Basically, they say in order to maintain gender balance experience, the men get in for free and the women pay $35 for entry. So this is the men's page, and then I'll show you the women's page. There's a whole separate page for women to pay to be in the company of men.
Each of us get about 15 seconds to offer our perspective, but of course, Dr. Janie Lacey is our special guest today. She gets all the time she needs. Janie, should single women pay to get into events like we just saw to meet eligible bachelors? I mean, the guys do. We've had ladies' night forever.
You know, Andrea, what I would say with today's society is absolutely, it is okay, right? But I think what we're coming up against is we're flipping this decades old business model where most of the time in the past where women have been the bait, which is why we would attract men to come to these nightclubs. But things have changed, right? We have dating apps, we have social media where you can slide into someone's DMs, and you have so many other ways to meet people. So I do see a shift. So in order for women to want to have that social aspect and to actually meet someone in person, now there has to be some incentives for men to come, which they traditionally have been paying the cover charges, but now they can socialize cheaply elsewhere. So I do think it's applicable to what's happening in today's society.
Okay, what's your thought?
My thought, first off, I honestly, if I was looking for a woman, I'm saying, look, she's actually investing in trying to find a real relationship. She's investing herself into that. So I would think a higher caliber woman would show up. So that's what I would see.
Maddie, what's your take?
Look, I always say, my wife and I met on Hinge and I had to pay the premium for it, and I met her within 3 days of paying the $30 on there, so she still owes me $24. But you know, that's how it's always been, but I guess it's shifting because a lot of guys aren't just going to bars anymore. The entire dynamic has changed.
That is true. Dr. Lacey, what is the man drought theory? Because this might explain the shift in dynamics as far as who's paying to get into what club.
Well, we do see a shift, right? So with working with a lot of young people, especially young men over the recent decades, is that they don't believe that they'll find quality women at traditional nightclubs. And then two, they sometimes want to go to socialize with their buds, where they can do that more in lounges, or they can find other ways to socialize over football or watching at home. And there's access more than ever. And I do believe this is a huge part of it. Is there's access. You can have the dating apps right from your couch, or you can look in social media and see who your friends are connected to, and you can DM. So when we're looking at access more than ever to women, you don't have to go to a nightclub where maybe traditionally in our decades of our youth, that was the place to be, is to meet people in nightclubs. But that definitely has shifted with more access with our online options.
Yeah, do you think that social media and dating apps kind of give the illusion of choice?
They absolutely do. When I was growing up, you had to go to school, or who was on your block was your choice. Now, if you don't necessarily like somebody, you have this illusion that there's plenty of fish in the sea. You can swipe, you can look, you can, just scan your social media. There are so many options, but it is an illusion, because ultimately you really have to get to know someone, and it's about compatibility and their character, not just chemistry.
Great advice as always, Dr. Janie Lacey. Thank you so much for joining